Hello, in this video I want to talk about writing short answer responses to reading questions and some key considerations to keep in mind when you go about doing that. So I'm going to start here at the top of this document and just talk about each of these points real quick. So the first point is to repeat important words from the question in your answer. You want to do this because it shows that you are directly responding to the question and that you understand the question and can respond directly to it. Okay, so you want to think about what the question is asking exactly and pick out the keywords from the question and include those in your response. The second thing here is to respond to the first word in the question. So for example, if the question begins with what, you want to answer the question what in your response, or when. That means we would be looking for some kind of time answer. Why, you're providing a reason. How, you're going to be talking about, I guess, the manner in which something is done, and so on. Okay, so you're responding directly to the question and looking at that first word in the question to help guide your response. Okay, the third item on here is to provide correct and detailed information to answer the question. And specifically, you really want to focus on accurate, specific vocabulary in your question. And this generally is going to be taken directly from the text. Okay, so you want to go back to the text and use the key words or the key phrases from the text in your response. The fourth item here is to organize the information. This kind of depends on how long the short answer response is. If it's just one sentence or maybe two sentences, then you don't really have to organize too much here. But if it is a longer short answer response, like a paragraph, you definitely want to have some kind of structure to the paragraph that is easy to follow. Okay. The fifth thing on here is to be concise. And that just means to leave out any unnecessary details. You want to get to the point. And lastly, write down some notes or words to help you get started. This is just a strategy to help you kind of brainstorm some ideas before you write your response. I've included some useful terms here that you can use when you write your short answer response. So when you want to reference the text or the author, or in other words, attribute information to the text or attribute information to the author, you can use phrases such as according to Brown 2015, or you can say in the passage it states that this was a good idea, blah blah blah. You can say things like the author states that this idea, blah 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 blah. You can say according to the text and then state the idea, or in this reading or in the text we find that something. Okay, also important to keep in mind is introducing examples or providing specific details, and some expressions for doing that are, for example, comma, and then you give your example, or such as, and then you give the example, including. This one would probably be coming at the end of a sentence, so if you said, there are many reasons why I think this, comma, including, and then you give your examples. Another one is which include, and then give the examples, and then i.e. when you want to paraphrase something, or e.g. here when you're giving a specific example, and these are always kept in parentheses. Okay, and lastly on here, just keeping in mind that there are a variety of verbs you can use to report other people's thoughts or to report ideas presented in a text. Many of these are followed by the word that, not always, but often. Okay, so somebody states that, somebody claims that, the text asserts that, the author suggests that, or the author implies something, or argues something, or argues that, urges us to think something, or points out that, highlights that, and actually there are many more, but those are a few good ones to keep in mind, and it's always good to have a variety of different reporting verbs under your control because variety is important to include in your writing. Okay, so I hope that video was helpful to understand a little bit more about writing good short answer responses.